Hey everyone, okay, so today I am going to show you these that I just bought from Saie, and this is their new liquid bronzers. Now I have already purchased a long time ago their liquid blushes, which were so pigmented. So I thought I'll do some swatches, but let's just give it a go. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply a little bit of foundation. Now I'm also going to be showcasing, and there's a link in the description for early pre-orders of my white gold synthetic collection. And these are, they're ultra affordable to say the least. Compared to the artisan brushes, these are really, really affordable. So I thought I'd give you a little preview before the video goes live. So a little bit of foundation. I'm going to be using my number 2 brush from the white gold collection. And I'm going to use this to just buff this foundation just quickly all over the skin, because I just want to enhance the skin, not cover it, because we're going to be using bronzer. So I don't need to have a lot of coverage, and I don't like a lot of coverage. So this brush is great for that, because I can just quickly buff it in. And also because of the shape of this brush with the angle, you can buff it or you can just go in downward strokes. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to put a little bit more foundation on my nose. See, this is why foundations last me about 28 years, because I like to use Solid Love It. I really do. Okay, so with that taken care of, let's have a look at these colors. So this one here is called Salt. And this one here is called Swim. So I think I'm going to use Swim. Let's just see. So this, let's see. Oh, there we go. So look at this. Beautiful doe foot applicator. So I'm going to just do some dots. I'm not trying to contour, people. Very, very important, not contouring. Okay, so I'm going to use the same number 2 brush, and I'm just going to start to buff this in. So let's see. Okay, so these are pigmented, as you can see, but they are not as pigmented as the blusher. These have a sheerer tone to them. Don't get me wrong, they're really pigmented, but if you know the blushes, those blushes are so pigmented, and these are beautifully pigmented, but without that really strong effect. I'm going to really buff this in here. So I want this look to be bronze, to be delicious. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of dollops here, just down the sides of my neck, and I'm just going to blend that down the sides like this, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going down the sides. Now with whatever's left on the brush, I'm now going to just buff in this area, because for me, when I'm out, my chin and the beard, it protects this area so it doesn't go as bronze, but I'm still going to buff it in, but I don't want it to be quite as stark. Now, obviously, look, I'd have to bring it all the way down, so you're just going to have to pretend that I'm like this, because I don't want to be doing that, but you get the gist, to give it more realistic effect. It's really quite pretty, isn't it? These have got very high reviews, and I can see why. They're really pretty. I'm going to use this blusher here, and I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Poppy, but I'm blind, so I don't know. And I'm going to pop this on the back of my hand, because these are just outrageously pigmented. They really are. Look at that. And a little goes a long way. So for this, I'm going to be using my number 4, which is this angled brush here. And I'm going to just dip it first on the back of my hand. And I'm going to just start to just apply it to, they're so pigmented, these blushes. I'm just going to slowly start to stipple it along the cheekbones, kind of over the bridge of the nose, a little bit just above the eyebrow, and then I'm going to go back in and just go over these areas just to blend them in a little bit more. And then I'll go back in again with the number 4 brush just to, you know, add a little bit more. Because why not? The thing with this synthetic collection, with the white gold, and I think kind of people, because all I've ever done is the really high-end, you know, I've done all the high-end artisan Japanese handmade brushes. And these are just high quality synthetic brushes at a reasonable price. I mean, if you look at, say, the crease brush, I know it's really bright in here, but this retails at like 10 or 12 pounds here in the UK. And you're not going to get an artisan brush for that kind of money. You just aren't. I can't even get one made for that kind of money. They're so expensive to make. Or if you look at the push liner brush, and this is the white gold push liner brush, it's really soft, works beautifully to line or go into the eyebrows. It's £8. So, you know, this is why I love this collection, because I wanted something really, really affordable. I'm going to go in with my number 5 brush, and I'm just going to swirl that into a pressed powder, and then I'm just going to tap it, and then I'm going to buff to just mattify the T-zone. I love this brush. You can use liquids with this, but I love this brush just for buffing, because it just is really soft and beautifully, you know, it just lets things glide on nice and easily. So here's the final look. You can see it's really pretty. So let me swatch some of the colors. Let's swatch on the back of my hand. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder bronzer. So this shade here is Swim. And next is Salt. Now Salt has a much cooler undertone and really isn't a bronzer. It's more of a contouring product. So you can see here, that's really more of a contouring product. You wouldn't want that all over your face, I don't think, as a tan. Let's go, this is a nice and deep, look at that. That shade here is called Stinson. So there you go. I've got 2 more here. Spritz. Oh, that looks nice, hello. So that's Spritz next to it. And finally, my friends, we've got Sand. And sand would have been perfect for me, to be quite honest with you. That's Sand. Sorry about the camera angles in my eyes. That's Sand. So there's the colours that I got. And there, the camera focuses on my eye. It's really pretty, really pretty. So that's it. It's beautiful. It's long lasting. It looks realistic. But just for shits and giggles, so I can show you another brush, let's just add a little bit of bronzer. So many, many moons ago, Victoria Beckham sent me a bronzer and it had my initials on it, which is so nice. So it's got a broken mirror now. It's all very sad. So I'm going to use this bronzer here. And I'm going to use my number 1 bronzing brush, which is this really big brush. Now this is best used just for powders. It's not going to be great with creams. You can do what you want, but it's not for me. So I'm just going to dip it in and then just kind of knock it off. And I'm just going to really gently just start to kind of tap around the outside perimeters, not contouring. Nobody contours anymore, let's be honest. Just tapping around, and then as a final sweep, more just all over, just to kind of get that even tone. Look at that. I mean, these brushes for me, and I'll do the launch video shortly, but they're just easy everyday workhorse brushes. You don't always have to spend £80 per brush to get a decent application. And that's what I wanted to do with this collection, was just to give these workhorse brushes where you can really go in and it doesn't matter because you haven't spent 60 quid on a single brush. There you go. These are really pretty. There's a link in the description for the pre-ordering of these, which would be nice, obviously. But I love these bronzers. I think they're excellent. I think they're really pretty. I'm obviously going to have to wash this off now, obviously. But they're really, really pretty. Absolute winners. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.